the intro music. Yeah! Woohoo!
Welcome back, Star Trek Fleet Commanders. We've got the mid-month patch update to talk about here for January, but more importantly, I want to really hit on this because this is, for me, going to address a big topic I just brought up here recently, a couple weeks ago, which is the big tax that was introduced with the converter system added into the game. And I said that I like the converter system. However, the tax that was applied to it, I was strongly opposed to. And we got a little bit of an answer from the overlords about that in this update. So let's go over all the notes and discuss them together and explain what they mean and how they work. Let's start off with skipping that. Improvements, opt-out animations and banners. Players are now able to opt out of several standard animations and disable in-game banners. Now, this, I think, is one of the bigger requests we've had in a while, simply because players get tired of seeing the same things over and over and constantly having to deal with stuff. And the ability to disable them is actually quite simple. It's probably as you would figure it to be, but let's go ahead and snap our magic finger like Q and take a look. You can see we can disable frequent game animations, etc. right here, which I'm sure a lot of people are going to want to turn on. So there you go. Just like I have mission reminders turned off, I want to also maybe disable having the same animations over and over. You can also do a little view button and see which one those are. Opening up officer chests, fleet commander level up, forbidden deck level up, away team, ship control. I think that's great. This is going to save you a lot of time because each one of those animations tends to last 3 to 6 seconds each. So just that alone is going to save me minutes a day. And that might seem small, but to me, that's a nice change. We talked about that coming into the game, and here it actually is. So big thumbs up on that one. But let's get back to the other things that are coming with this update here, or hopefully you've already hit the update button. But if you haven't, make sure you hit the update button on your game so you can take advantage of all these. So scroll on down. Department of Temporal Investigations. DTI now offers G6 speedups in exchange for static and charge credits. And this is only really for our G6 players. However, they are always talking about how they need more speedups. In fact, in my video yesterday, where I talked about rep grinding and how it's changed in Star Trek Fleet Command, that's one of the big points I wanted my Sigma players to be aware of. You can grind those speedups. Well, now you're going to have an option to do that here in the converter, which I think a lot of them are going to enjoy. That doesn't affect most of you who watch my content. That's okay. It will one day. Tournament Imperium has increased their presence in the quadrant and early success in the invasion. The ranks have been reinforced, allowing them to advance and do more systems. So, short answer, it'll be easier to encounter Crenum at each level. What is that saying? It's a very convoluted way of saying all the players who like, hey, I go into this system and I need to hit the 62s and there's only 64s. Well, now there's going to be more of what you actually need to hit. They adjust the spawn rates. Now, since I don't have any actual numbers I can give you, I'm only telling you how it works. Whether it's good enough or not, I'm actually going to leave up to you to tell me, because y'all are the ones who deal with that. I personally haven't run into that issue because, well, I am able to do that fine on my server, but my server is not your experience, and it shouldn't be. Like, if just because it's fine for me doesn't mean it's been fine for you. So let me know if this improvement improves the game for you. Yeah, let me know. Moving on down, though, this is a big one for me. Building on our DTI headquarters feature from the initial update, introducing bonus material converters to give you extra flexibility, manage your resources. So, short answer is, every time you upgrade the building to 20, 30, 50, 60, 70, you're going to get a one-time claim of 5 tokens. In addition, you're also going to have a reoccurring claim. Once you hit level 40, you'll get a reoccurring one every 2 weeks. So, then you'll get more to continually do. So, we have 5 major milestones that are going to allow you to pull an immediate 5 that you can turn in. I'll show you how that works here in a second. And then you're going to have a new mechanic that once you hit building 40 is going to let you every 2 weeks get more of those tokens to then use them. And again, I'll show you what it looks like in a second. So activate it when you hold more than 1 claim token. Those refineries have no cooldown and no tax. Specifically using the word tax. Appreciate you acknowledging it, Scopely. I'm not saying this is a perfect fix, but I do appreciate the quick turnaround on what I believe was an egregious issue with a good mechanic. Yes, I'm patting myself on the back a little bit. It's not just me to take credit for this. All of y'all who jumped on these bandwagons deserve credit as well. Token usage. Each use of the bonus refinery deducts 1 claim token. I'll show you that here in a second. In limited time acquisition throughout this month, certain special events will grant more of these tokens, helping you optimize resource conversion. So their thought with this is, most people who want to do the conversion are needing it now in terms of needing the biggest bulk of it. And then down the road, as this is a mechanic that people naturally use, you won't need as much of a bulk refine. But let's go into the game and see what that actually looks like. All right, how about we do that together? Boop. Transition. Isn't that beautiful? So we'll go into our refinery and then hit the button right here for materials. Now you're going to see the bonus converter locked again. Once you hit 40, you'll be able to access this, and it's going to be able to pull 5. And then you have a bonus converter tokens that, depending on what level that you can claim. So I'm going to claim mine for hitting level 30. And I've already done the ones for hitting level 20. So now I've got tokens. Now, what do I do with those? If you go over to the bonus G5 material converter, not the same as this one, but the bonus one, click it, you're going to see the same boxes you're used to seeing. But I really want you to take a look at places like this. This is where I would recommend spending these tokens, right here. So what does this mean? This means if I want to get more G5 crystal, I can do ore for the exact same amount. So 120 to 120, no tax. And what it's going to do is deduct one of my tokens. That's what the X minus 1 is here. It's taking you back to your algebra classes. You didn't think you needed it, but take that, Mrs. Tucker. I mean, thank you, Mrs. Tucker was my English teacher. I honestly don't remember all my math teachers. I remember Mr. Rogers. He was a really cool dude, but that was trigonometry. So I don't remember who my algebra teacher was. I'm sorry, Mrs. whoever you were. But shout out to Mrs. Tucker. Taught me to puff my chest out and stand with better posture. Anyway, so anytime I was to use this, and I'm going to use it here for an example, I need gas more than I need a little bit of finding the one that I actually want to use. Hold on. Let me find, that's the crystal. We need the ones that are for gas. Let's go crystal to gas. There we go. Bam, converted, no tax. And as you can see, I lose one of my tokens that I just redeemed. So this is allowing you to do a no tax conversion at a limited rate. But as you get the building up, you'll be able to do this at a bi-weekly rate if you want to. And again, you can do stuff like this without a tax. This is just a value to value conversion, which is good. Now, if you still want to get more, you can still use the one that has the tax. But who would want to do that? That's crazy talk. But seriously, if you wanted to, that's great. Also, note that I can use that token for G5, even though I haven't actually unlocked this building, which requires 40. That's kind of neato. But if you still want to pay the tax, you can still pay the tax. So if you want to get that in addition to what you're doing, you can still go in here and say, hey, I want to convert, but I'm willing to pay the tax this time. So they're giving you a no tax option that has limited pulls, and I'm not saying that's a perfect system. I'm saying it's a better system, as well as having the original system in place. Now, you can see I do have that building upgrading. So let me hit it up to 40 real quick and show you how things are going to adjust and change. So now we can go back to our refinery. You're going to see bonus tokens here. Claim them. Yay. Got more tokens for hitting 40. And DTI 50, we'll get the other converter. And again, now I can actually go into this one because I just upgraded to 40. So in terms of a mechanic, I think this is a good change. This is allowing you to avoid the tax. And even though it's a limited use, it still is giving you a bigger chunk than what you would normally get from a conversion anyway. So if I go into my taxed conversion, let's hop over here. If I was to do a 6 chest pull times 9, that's clearly not what I just got. Remember, I just got 120, right? So 6 times 9, that's only 54 while spending 171. So this has a cooldown, remember? Has a cooldown, and I'm getting less. The untaxed version, yes, requires me to get tokens. However, I'm getting significantly more, and I'm able to make that conversion without a tax. So this is kind of like a happy medium. However, if you disagree with that and you dislike this, I want to know why. And I can obviously hear legitimate arguments. For example, does it need to be this complicated? Can we just not have a tax? I'm obviously on that bandwagon. I'm right there with you. I don't want any tax at all, which is why I made the no taxation without representation video. However, this is an obvious step to try to meet the players. But let's go back into the other things. I don't want this all to be about one topic. There are new primes coming out because, of course, they want to make money. Shocker. I know they want to make money. But reduces the cost of shape memory alloy for upgrading your cube. Perhaps not going to buy that. Provides a significant loot bonus when using the Revenant. Admitted, tempting, but not buying it. But that doesn't mean you might not want it. In fact, I talked to a player today from server 67 that was wanting more loot. Maybe they go after it. The 3-level prime. You know I hate those on principle. And here's where they get me. Just said I need more of this stuff. 3-level prime provides cost efficiency for the following ships. I just asked for stuff like this, and that's the prime. So Rev asks for one thing, gets what he wants. Asks for another thing, gets primes. Well, that's just how it goes. There you go. If you want to go after that, the new artifacts are dropping, and you can talk about the acquisition here with being various SLBs and an SMS that are rolling out here. So y'all can go after them if you want to go after the new artifacts. And then event reminders. Alliance tournaments are starting this Wednesday. Very curious to see what you, the players, think about these changes. If you think that they're good, bad, ugly, or whatever, let me know in the comment section down below. Live long and plunder. Stay safe with our Space Cowboys. Hope you enjoy the tax converter. I do appreciate a quick turnaround on that and having some semblance of an answer. Again, is it perfect? I don't think so, but I do think it's better. And if y'all disagree with me, I want to know, because I'll tell the players, or I'll tell the overlords, hey, players don't like it even though Rev does. We'll see what you say. See you on the next one.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.